Where's my lighter?
I don't see your ad in his.
Hey everybody, I want to welcome everyone, the ladies here to the first episode of Queen's Talk. How you ladies doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Hi,
How are
too.
Doing
you?
amazing. Amazing.
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. I'm excellent. Well, to the viewers that's watching, I want to introduce the ladies that we have on the panel tonight. First, starting off with my co-host, my little sister, Jay Sidity.
Hi.
The second is, the CEO, the HBIC, you know what I'm saying? Miss Summer.
Hello, everyone.
Ew.
And then last but not least, our brand new baddie. Okay, I see you rocking the baddies, Shay.
And you know it
Um,
on my mama.
period.
That
Miss
nigga in
Rara,
wrong
honey, how
money.
are you?
I'm doing amazing. It's finally, it just I'm so grateful and I feel so ecstatic that I got the opportunity. The comedic prince has arrived. A song on rah rah rah. If you don't know me now, you do.
Oh,
So
clock it.
I'm here and I'm excited. I'm so happy and like once again, Summer, I'm gonna always give Summer her flowers. Thank you.
Period.
Thank you, because you opened that door for me, and I'm here.
You deserved it. It's all love here. Thank you. Thank you for coming on
Oh,
the show and showing us your personality. I really appreciate it.
thank you.
And I
Oh, much
also
love.
wanna, oh, sorry. And I do also want to give, you know, Summer her flowers as well. You know, um, the podcast is ran through our network, well, her network, you know what I'm saying, DTV, Dynasty Television, you know,
D2V.
you know what I'm saying, you know what's up, DTV in the building, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
Yes.
that's
so
me.
I just want to just thank you for giving me the platform, to show my talents and what I'm good at, because everything is not about fighting. And I know Baddies is the number one show. I would say the number one show, that we have, and it's making numbers and it's bringing in the bag. So,
You know,
I know
Younger
we have
Reckless
other
took
stuff.
over, so.
Oh, period. That's what I was gonna say. We have other stuff going on. I know. Did you have your younger Reckless show? Would you like to talk about that a little bit, girl?
Oh, yeah, this gonna get a little messy. I don't mean to be messy. I don't know. Y'all know I'm not messy. I'm very clean, very classy. But this is gonna,
Period.
get messy. Let me take my gloves off for this one.
Oh
Okay,
Lord.
so previously it was named Young and Reckless. I didn't like it, so I came out with a new name. Flipped my hair, Young and Ruthless, because these girls are very ruthless. They're very, you know, ditzy. They don't think anything through. They just go straight for the kill. So I was like, why not Young and Ruthless? That sounds more savage, more their speed, more animalistic. Um,
Did you say animalistic?
yeah,
Clock it.
because most of the girls that are on the cast, they're very bolder like that. They're very big and brolic and strong, and the
Oh,
ones
so
up
they
on
coming
Vanity,
from the shoulders all the time because of they build.
right,
Oh,
right. You got one
So
over here
I
doing blunt.
hear I hear it's a lot of ivories on the season then, huh?
No, no, no. They're not Ivories. These people are Mark Henrys and Brock Lesnar. Um, no Ivories. Mm-mm. That's too
girl.
feminine. They're very, you know, T.S. Madison mixed with a little bit of Martin Luther King. Very big, strong, and you know,
Girl,
Not Martin Luther King Van Dross.
I can't. I can't.
I
Well,
don't
Sadiddy,
know.
let me ask you. Let me ask you. So, when should we be expecting the show to drop?
Well, some mishap did happen. Um, I did drop, the flop via I dropped her. She's no longer
Oh,
my co-host.
Oh.
Oh,
and what do you mean by drop? Like, what's tea
I
with
mean,
that?
I feel like she kept trying to play with me. You know, she tried to say I kissed people behind just to get here. When
Oh,
anybody that knows me knows I worked my way. from the bottom of the server being unknown to the top where everybody know when JCD joins. I am JCD, of course, and I'm the girl with the opinion. Like everybody knows that. That's my tagline.
Well, can I
And
ask
it's
you a
like
question? Who behind did you say you was kissing to get the pass?
the one right next to me, the HBIC.
Well, we can clear up that rumor now. Shay is here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I absolutely want to clear up that rumor. I don't know where Bia got that from or what even created that in her mind, but that in fact did not happen. Honestly, Jason Diddy got it because I felt that he was more qualified than Bia to run that show. Did I give her a
Clock
co-host
that.
position?
Ooh,
Yes.
okay,
You know what I
period.
mean? I did, but we have to look at the credentials. And when I was looking at the credentials and who could run the show, Jason Diddy had those credentials.
Wait, did I want
Ooh.
the show at first? No, I was vouching for Bia to be the host or at least the co-host. You know, but she don't want to give me that credit. She just want to keep throwing in that I got the host spot. You know, I think
Mm.
it's like I think it's like adding salt to that wound. She don't want to see me as the host of the show that she had an idea for. You know,
Ooh.
but you know, she can get her Brat's house with the 3 episodes. You know, that's not gonna bring in much revenue.
Oh.
I
You
do.
know,
Can I just like interject really quick?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, just giving people their flowers. Um, Sleaze, I'm so proud of you. Like
Me too.
this show
Oh.
that you created. I know that this podcast has been in the talks for a while, y'all. You know what I mean? And there were so many people that tried to block this podcast from happening and tried to stop it from going through. But what God has for you is for you, and I'm so glad that we get to have this platform. Asar, congratulations on your baddie's chain. Just
Thank
to
you.
get the flowers out the way, you really came in and popped.
Period.
Jay Sedity, I will say that I was the most surprised by you when you first came in and started being active again. I did not know if you were gonna. I'm gonna be honest and transparent here. I did not know if you were gonna make it that long or if you were, built to last. But
Well,
you
what do you mean by that?
listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
You absolutely
Yeah.
proved me wrong. You came in and you were like, because you'd be like so soft spoken. You were like, I'm not gonna argue with anyone. But then like I seen this other side of you, and then I seen Jason Diddy can hold his own. And honestly, you became a sister to me as well. And I'm just so glad
Yes,
that
I
like
love y'all. Everybody at
you
this
stuck it
table, I
through.
love y'all. You know, and I do
Oh,
want
I
to give
Yeah.
out,
love
you know,
y'all.
oh, and I have an announcement. At first I was gonna go with 2 co-hosts, but I feel like that's just too much on my on my plate. You know, um, I think I'm gonna do one co-host and an
Mm,
assistant for me and an assistant for Cammy. hmm And
Ooh,
okay.
okay. That's
No,
Cammy is
that's
my
a
nice.
good
co-host.
idea.
And I feel like I want my assistant to be Bia and, Zaya as Cammy co-host. I mean, Cammy assistant. I feel like that'd be really nice. And I think my sister Cammy would love that. Um, but yeah, I am built to
Well, I
last. I'm
know
built.
that would shake the table for sure.
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna
A
shake
an earthquake.
Well,
tsunamis.
I wanted to
Like,
I wanted to switch gears for a second. Shay, I did see in the tabloids and the blogs about your divorce. I really don't, listen to the blogs. I don't believe in rumors. I don't listen to rumors. But have you like what's going on with that? Like,
So I haven't publicly announced this yet, and this will actually be the first time like I've ever said it in the
oh,
public.
so wait,
But
the Queen's Talk gets. I'm getting an exclusive. This Queen's
you're
Talk is
getting an
getting an
exclusive.
exclusive.
Yes, I have not.
Okay.
My close friends and family knows, but like no one else really knows. I didn't announce it, but yes, I did get a divorce. It was a very short marriage, very
Oh
brief.
my
Yeah.
God. How short?
Um, like a month.
Oh,
Oh, that's
girl.
really short.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Did you even go on your honeymoon?
Oh, girl, no. I mean, I think honestly, to gracefully touch on the subject. I think honestly,
Yeah.
you know, I'm too busy right now for a relationship and I want to have fun. I don't feel like being tied down is for me. And obviously, I think that before getting married, I had an idea of what the relationship looks like. And then when you're with that person, it no longer is, you see a lot of different sides to a person. And I'm so glad that there's no shade, there's no beef. I'm just glad that I got to see who that person was before it went on too long and before we both wasted our times. But yeah, I am a single woman and I'm out here today.
Yes.
Cool. Yes.
Well, can I ask you a question? Um,
Of course.
you said so. How was he? Like you said, you forgot to see how he was. Like,
Was he not eating
what
it good
was
enough?
it?
Which one?
Yeah, like what was it that made you go file for divorce?
I feel like
Or was
it
he
was a
nagging?
it was yeah, like nagging.
Mm.
It's a bunch of different things. I feel like people didn't understand boundaries. It was a lack of boundaries in our relationship for sure. I feel like that really threw me over the edge and where I was just like, I can't do this no longer. And it was honestly, was I sad about it? I can't say that I was, but maybe I was a little too happy about it than I should have been.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, like things happen, people move on. There's no bad blood. Shout out to him. My wedding dress was beautiful. I mean, at least I got to show off my beautiful wedding dress. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Period. Well,
Okay.
since we're on the situation on the topic of marital statuses, I want to touch on a little something. I was gonna, hold back from it and refrain from it, but it's like it's been in my heart to, say it out to the public. I'm not gonna give him any, clout up off my name because that's obviously what you want. But my ex-husband, he was ran through by most of the people that was supposed to be my sisters or my homegirl, but turns out they were behind my back, cracking the same person that was eating my
You're doing
grass.
that.
What eating
Yeah.
my grass? He was more than lawn. But hey, that's y'all.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
But to each his
Right.
own.
See.
If y'all want my leftovers, y'all can have
Well,
them.
I just, because I know when the audience see this, they're gonna want to know who you're talking about. And at the Queen's Talk, we like to keep it real. I that's I thrive on keeping it real. Who was the homegirls that slept? Because I remember yo dude. Are you talking about yo dude? I'm not gonna say his name publicly, but you talk about old dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the
Wait,
girls
just so we're on the same
with?
page, Mr. Dooley.
No,
Oh,
that was never.
Well,
Ew.
I'm gonna say code name. I'm gonna say the code name. Hello Kitty.
oh,
Yeah,
Mhm. Well,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna drop a few names. There was Cammy, there was Scotty,
Oh,
there was Big
oh,
Fade, there was
oh.
Mulan. Who's next?
Oh,
Can I
and
think
the
of
list
anybody
goes
else?
on.
girl.
Um, there was Bushi. Hmm.
Oh,
We're gonna bleep. We're gonna bleep those names out. The other last two, we're gonna bleep them out because they get no clout from us. You
Okay.
know.
Well, those are all the names I could think of.
Mm-mm.
well, that was a moment of silence.
I'm gagged, honestly.
I'm really gagged, especially at the last name. I didn't think no one
Oh,
knew
you.
about that.
Oh, you never know. You never know about them.
Oh, I knew. I just didn't knew it was. I just thought I was the only one.
Oh
I
no.
mean, on the topic of he
Mm.
who shall not be named, have you talked to him lately, or is that like completely deaded?
Well, I have a restraining order put out against that individual, so he's not allowed to contact me. He's not allowed to be nowhere near me. Um, yeah.
I
I
think
love
I'm about to
that.
go file. But I did. Y'all know I did sign.